West Ham United, currently 19th in the Premier League, Dad. Um, Before today, had the most goals conceded in the Premier League at 20
Yeah.
through 9 games, which is rough. The fans are very frustrated with ownership and people at the top in the club. Lots of people speaking out. They've done some protests against the club because there's just a lack of direction. And I think what's really unfortunate is, even changing managers to Nuno, they haven't seen a new manager bounce. They've struggled. There's something not clicking with the team, and there's good players there, but something's just not working, Dad. And I don't know where you think it's going wrong from our outside perspective, but what do you think about the situation?
It's pretty bad. I actually, a couple hours ago, did a little bit of a deep dive on Reddit, which
Oh
some
my
West
gosh.
Ham, some West Ham fans chatting, and they are rightfully livid. Um, Talking about even just willing to get relegated down to the championship, clear house. They feel bad for Bowen, like let Bowen go, let that guy go play somewhere else. And so if you see fans, now granted, it was only just a couple of different Reddit, posts, but they're pissed. And,
Yeah.
you can't let this go on long enough where you lose, you drop down to the championship and you start losing your fans. I mean, I'm sure most of them will stay loyal no matter what, but
Yeah.
maybe they're less inclined to go to as many games. Maybe they're less inclined to buy the newest kit each season. And something, yeah, West Ham's in big trouble. Yeah, I think you mentioned they had the 20 goals conceded. I think Wolves are now at
They're
a
22
22.
now.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, West Ham still has to play this week. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're in big trouble there in East
Well,
London.
and this is a huge team, Dad. I mean, we're talking, I don't think people really give West Ham the credit for how big of a club it is. I mean, they have one of the largest stadiums in the Premier League in London Stadium, holds 62,500 people, which I think people forget. It's ginormous
Yeah.
compared to other teams. They are a global entity now, after featuring in Ted Lasso, winning on the European stage. They are a big club that ever since that Conference League win have kind of just faltered. And, obviously they lost Declan Rice to Arsenal a couple of years ago now.
Yep.
Clearly did not help them. They did reinvest some money well, but then something has just gone wrong. And I think it all went wrong when they let David Moyes walk. Moyes had him comfortable, at least, if nothing else, and were pushing them to try and do better.
Right.
Um, and West Ham took the gamble, and it has not paid off. They've had 3 or 4 managers now in that position. Julian Lopetegui was there for a bit, didn't work. Graham Potter was there for a bit, didn't work. Now they're on to Nuno, doesn't look like it's working. So now you start to look at the players, and you're like, what do they need to do? They need to pick it up. I mean, we're talking they've spent 40 million on Max Kilman at the back, and he looks like one of the worst center backs in the Premier League right now. He can't win anything out of the air. He doesn't focus. It's pretty embarrassing, quite honestly, considering how good he was at Wolves. But
Well,
Wolves
I
is
mean,
no
I
better either.
I would say, I'm not nearly as good at all the names as you are, but the little bit I have watched West Ham, I don't feel like he's got nearly enough help on the back line. To me, it looks like he's pushing. He's trying to do too much, trying to make up for the fact that he
Yep.
doesn't probably have enough trust in his back line. And whenever you start doing that, you start making mistakes you wouldn't make otherwise. And so it's just getting compounded. And so
Yeah. There's no
that's probably
confidence.
too
There's
much
just no
pressure on him.
confidence.
I do want to just
Yeah,
briefly, because
absolutely.
you brought
Go
up
ahead.
Nuno.
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to quickly bring up the fact that you brought up Nuno, you brought up Moyes, you brought up these guys. Nottingham Forest did get a draw today against Man U. So I think Sam Dyche, or sorry, I keep doing that. Sean Dyche, is starting to steady that ship a little bit, right? So I just wanted to
Yep.
throw that out there because when you mentioned Nuno, it made me kind of do that in my brain and think there. But yeah, I mean,
And
West Ham is they're in hot, hot water.
well, and I think to your point, Dad, maybe West Ham needs someone more that's not going to try and implement any sort of style. They need a Sean Dyche right now more than anything to steady the ship. I mean, Nottingham Forest also midweek beat Porto, which was a huge win for them. I mean, that's
Yep.
a big team, one of the biggest teams in Portugal, right? So they're on the right trajectory now. West Ham almost need to go back to Slaven Bilic, back to those days, because he kept him steady, and he did, and they played well under him. And I've seen rumors about potentially bringing him back in if Nuno can't do anything, and I wouldn't hate it honestly because, like I said, the defense looks rough, the midfield lackluster. There's no legs in it. Suchek just doesn't look like the player he used to be, and you can't expect Bowen to carry the brunt of everything. I mean, the guy's trying his best, and he's a great player. Having watched him in person as well, he's fantastic. But something needs to change from a culture standpoint, it seems like. And until that happens, I think they're going to continue to struggle. But do you think Nuno can turn it around, Dad?
Well, I mean, I heard that Anne's Postlecoglou is available if they're looking for somebody.
Oh, geez.
Um,
Yeah,
um,
no,
Wait, I
definitely.
mean, how long has Nuno been in charge?
Like, to be fair, yes, he's only been in charge, I think, for 3 or 4 games now at
I mean,
most.
let's
Um, and,
we
and West Ham play tomorrow, you know, West Ham play Newcastle, but I think the situation's more dire, Dad, because it's a big team. Like, West Ham would be destroyed by getting relegated.
yes, but there's a lot of season left, and my God, last week we just talked about Postlecoglou getting fired after whatever 8 or 10 matches. Like, people need to slow their roll. Like, Nuno is a proven manager. Is there a guarantee he's going to pull them out of this tailspin? No, but wow, like how? I mean, what do we need to start firing managers after their first game? Like people just need to slow it.
No, and I wasn't saying that. No, and I agree. I think people do need to slow it down, but fans have actually openly come out and said they're trying to back the manager and the players. They're more frustrated with ownership and the direction of the club and what the club's been doing the past couple of years, which is understandable. I think they just need to find something. They need to find a way to play that's going to get them results. It doesn't have to be a win yet. Get a draw. Like, get a draw tomorrow against Newcastle. If you can start there, you can build off of something and a foundation, right?
Yeah.
Which is hopefully what they can do. But right now, Dad, I mean, they do have a game in hand, but there's 6 points off of safety. They do need to start picking up results before the gap becomes unmanageable, in my opinion.
Yeah. And, I think you like I said, you got to give Nuno more time. I mean, no, they haven't got the new manager bounce, but wow, give this guy 10, 12 games. My God. Like, and then you can pull the plug. Maybe, right? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I think we'll give him some time and hopefully it turns around. I just think, it hasn't looked amazing, but best to him. Let's see what they can do and hopefully make it an exciting relegation battle down there at the bottom. But just wanted to bring that up. Glad we kind of discussed where they need to go now, Dad.